Okay, so you've ordered something online, you're eagerly waiting for it to arrive, and then suddenly, you're stuck in the infamous tracking jungle. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to demystify a topic that causes some serious headaches for a lot of us here on the Canary Islands, and that's the rather complex world of customs package clearance. We are going to untangle this frustrating process, going from that vague, found status all the way to the actual release of your package, and show you exactly how to get your delivery moving again.
You completely know the feeling, right? Imagine your tracking app happily chimes in and says your package is found in the system. It's a great feeling at first. The tracking number actually works, but then absolutely nothing happens for days, and you inevitably start asking yourself, why isn't this thing just being delivered already? Well, let's dive into that, because the harsh reality is a package that is found in the system hasn't actually cleared customs yet. It simply means a digital data record exists somewhere on a server. That's it, nothing more.
So today, we're walking through a quick 5-step survival guide to bridge that gap. We'll cover Lost in the Tracking Jungle, Step 1, Choose Your Path, Step 2, Gather Your Tools, Step 3, the H7 procedure, Step 4, Mastering Self-Clearance, and finally, Step 5, the Final Release.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, Lost in the Tracking Jungle. Why does this bureaucratic headache even happen in the first place?
Well, the reason lies right in our geography and our politics. While geographically we're part of Spain, the Canary Islands are an absolute regional special case. We form a very specific tax and customs territory. And in plain text, that means even for completely normal, everyday shipments coming from the European mainland, specific tax and customs declarations are absolutely mandatory. Just think of the local IGIC, value-added tax, for instance.
There's a glaring difference here between physical reality and bureaucratic reality. Your fancy tracking app on your phone might show that your package is already physically sitting in the local logistics center. Super, right? But being physically in a local logistics center means absolutely nothing to the electronic customs systems if the paperwork isn't done. Literally, physically arriving does not mean it's actually visible to customs yet.
Moving on to Step 1, Choose Your Path. You have to decide exactly who is going to declare this package to customs.
You basically have 3 distinct options for clearance, and choosing one is absolutely crucial. Option 1. You let the transporter, meaning the delivery company, handle it for you. Option 2. You hire a professional customs agent. Or Option 3. Auto despacho, which means you tackle the self-clearance yourself.
Now, the crucial point. The absolute golden rule here is you must pick strictly one path. Never, ever start multiple declarations simultaneously. If you try to do that, you will crash the system with contradictory data records, and then literally nothing will work anymore. So before you even upload a single document, verify your chosen path. Especially if you want to try auto despacho, make sure you check with the transporter beforehand, just to ensure they haven't already automatically started a customs declaration on your behalf.
Okay, let's move to Step 2, Gather Your Tools. This is all about pulling together exactly what you need to build a completely watertight case for the authorities.
You've got to have specific documents ready because the authorities, they want to see cold, hard facts. You'll need your full NIE or NIF tax ID number, a complete invoice, exact item descriptions, a truly realistic goods value, separately stated shipping costs, and, when in doubt, a plausible proof of payment. Without this stuff, you don't even need to start. And hey, even if it's a private gift from your grandmother with no real invoice, you still must provide customs with a realistic goods value. Everything has to be consistent across the board.
And right here is one of the most common stumbling blocks. Vague terms like accessories or e-commerce goods mean absolutely nothing to customs. Putting that down will just drive the officials crazy. What they really need from you are highly specific details. Think 2 cotton t-shirts, or a plastic phone case, or a used paperback book. Only with those specific details can your items actually be correctly classified for customs tariffs.
Now on to Step 3, which introduces a fantastic special weapon known as the H7 procedure. This is the simplified declaration.
The H7 procedure is highly simplified, making it ideal for your normal online orders. The absolute key to making this work is the magic number 150 euros. This declaration is exclusively intended for shipments with a pure goods value of up to 150 euros. Sticking under this limit reduces your bureaucratic effort enormously. But beware, there's a catch here. Not every little package qualifies automatically.
If the pure goods value exceeds €150 by even a single cent, or if your package involves items with special restrictions or excise duties, you are entirely out of the H7 procedure. You're then forced into the classic, much more complex, standard import procedure.
For the brave control freaks out there, Step 4 is tackling auto-dispatcho directly through the tax portal. Mastering self-clearance really is the ultimate challenge.
So, what does this actually mean in practice? Well, to pull off auto-dispatcho on your laptop, you absolutely need electronic access to the tax authority's portal. But before you even begin clicking around, you have to ask yourself, do you have your reference code? Has the transporter actually entered your package's reference data into the system yet?
You really need those exact shipment details, because without that specific reference code laid down by the delivery company, it is entirely impossible to link your digital declaration to the physical box. They have to match up.
And remember, auto-dispatch isn't just casually clicking away at an online form. When you do this, you assume full personal and legal responsibility as the declarant in that exact moment. You are personally vouching that the stated values and the items are absolutely correct. It's a big deal. But hey, if customs does happen to have a question, don't panic. It doesn't mean your package is blocked forever. Just react promptly with the exact document they asked for, like sending over a proof of payment, and you'll be good.
Finally, we reach Step 5, the final release. This is achieving the ultimate bureaucratic victory, known as the Levante. The Levante is the magic word. It's the official customs clearance decree. In that precise moment, the authorities are signaling everything is clear, the goods are legally cleared, the taxes are paid, and the package is officially allowed to move forward through the logistics chain.
However, here comes your reality check. Just because you have the Levante doesn't mean the delivery truck has started its engine. In reality, your package is likely still physically sitting on a shelf somewhere. Bureaucratic clearance simply does not equal immediate delivery.
Especially when you're doing the auto-dispatcho self-clearance, you often need to proactively step in and email this release proof directly to the transporter. You literally have to send it to them so they finally realize they are actually legally allowed to deliver the package to you.
So, hand on heart, are you ready? Do you have your exact reference code, those highly specific item descriptions, and the matching invoices fully prepared for your next order?
Use the knowledge from this explainer and really prepare yourself. Because when it comes to Canary Islands customs, the person who has their paperwork perfectly in order always wins the game. So will your next online order sail straight to your door, or will it get completely swallowed by the tracking jungle? The choice is yours. Stay curious, keep those documents organized, and I'll catch you next time.